So, like I feel very, very happy when I'm interacting with the students who are, I'm just assuming that you guys are in the range of, say, from 18, 19 to about 22, 23 years. And I think there can't be a better time or better, opportunity for you people, because, age is on your side, right? So,
Yes, yes.
yeah. So I just want to ask one question. What's the distance between Earth and Moon? A rough
Uh,
idea.
I'm not sure. In something million kilometers, something.
Absolutely, absolutely. So if I recollect, being a physics teacher, it's 150,000 kilometers. So
Okay.
what do you think if I give you a paper, a newspaper? How many times you need to fold it to make it to cover this distance?
Yes, I had read about it somewhere. I think it's 72 times or something.
Not really, less, much less than that.
Oh, acha.
So, yeah, so it's about 40, 42 times that you fold a newspaper. It will reach from Earth to Moon, right? So, why am I asking you? Because that's the power of compounding, right? So, the longer you keep your, money invested, the more you can understand, the more money you can generate, right? So I
Right.
just want to tell you, because think about, like if you look into any stock, go back about, think about, when you will be 50 years, what will be the cost of that stock, right? Which is going to be the time for your retirement. So think about it, and you will be able to understand that if you go back and see what, and how do you judge that? So you go back at least 15, 20 years back and see how the cost of that stock, particular stock was. And then think about future, so, and how do you judge whether stock market is going to grow? Tell me, how many of you believe India is going to grow as a economy? How many of you believe that India is a booming economy? India will have a one of the best economy in the coming few years. How many of you are the future of this country? You are the future of the world. How many? So Arya is saying he believes in, Arya, maybe a girl or a boy, but he or she believes that India is a booming economy. How many of you believe? Let's look into boy. Okay, all right. So let's look into any company. What do you think will be the future of Reliance? Do you think it's going to grow in the coming years? Or look into TCS. Do you think it's going to grow? Or you look into any company which is in the very, very, initial years. Do you think that company is going to grow? Right? I'm 100% sure all these companies are going to grow. And I think, and think about it, the kind of growth you will have by, with those companies. And when I say growth, what do you think, let's take up an example of Reliance, right? You are hiring Mukesh Ambani to work for you. You know that? When you buy a Reliance share, Mukesh Ambani is working day and night for you, isn't it? What is his aim? To grow his company. And for that, what is he doing? He's hiring the best of MBAs, the battery of the best people in the industry he's hiring, so that he can, make the company bigger, isn't it? And that growth will reflect in your share, right? So what I understand, I'm going to go through your, these slides in a minute. But what I understand, although I'm telling you that, pulling out that 2,000 rupees is also going to be difficult. Am I right or not? Is it easy for you to invest in the stock market? All the students? I'm assuming that you don't have a job right now. I'm assuming you don't have a, is it okay for you to invest? Is it easy for you to invest in the stock market? No, right? I understand. I remember my days in in the college. I barely had 20 rupees, and thinking about 100, 200 rupees was a big dream, right? So it's not possible for you to invest, right? So what you can really do is look for, whatever You can till 10K. 10K is a huge amount. If you can invest 10,000 today, in 20 years, you can at least think about that 20K becoming many folds, many folds, not equal to the FD growth, but equal to many folds. So if you can invest, whatever amount in the stock market right now. So I have suggested, and even I have done that way. I used to take tuitions so that I can, get some extra income, and that income I can put in the stock market because I knew that the market is going to grow every year. What do you think, But there is risk also. Risk only exists if you are talking about some companies which are not blue chip companies, right? You are not investing in some rubbish business. Pick up the best companies, right? You may think, let's say, look into TCS right now. It's 3,000 rupees one stock, right? But doesn't matter. You just buy one stock. My voice is breaking. Is that so? I'm, little concerned about the internet that we have out here. Although we tried our
I
level
think it's
best.
fine, ma'am. It's fine for me.
Okay. 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 Many of them are saying it's okay. So what I'm saying, even if it is 3,000 rupees that you invest with a lot of, like bonuses, dividends, and the stock splits, etc., and the organic growth, you will be able to make good money, right? I want you people to be investor first, right? Become an investor to begin with, and once you have a solid capital, when I say solid capital or corpus, I simply mean 2 lakh plus. So when you invest 3,000 rupees every month, 4,000 rupees every month into the best stocks. Don't pick up, these dabba stocks or these, the promoters, these, what do you say, stocks which are promoted, by some fraud companies. Don't go by them. Don't look for immediate growth. Your idea is to really enjoy the growth of India, and that you will be able to enjoy when you invest in the best of companies, right? Think about TCS, right? They hire the best of people in the industry. When you look at the company's management, how are they working? What kind of work are they doing? What kind of research? How much money are they investing in stock market, right? How in their product? How much trust do they have? I have a question. What are stocks basically? Okay, Sankalp. So I understand I'm talking to babies in the stock market, right? So let me explain you what is stock market. What is stock basically? So suppose I have a company called StockPro, right? And I am running this company and I believe that there is a huge growth lies ahead. And but I don't have enough money to run my company, right? So what I'll do, I'll ask you guys who are present that could you put in 100 rupees in my company, right? So let's say there are 700-800 people who say we will put 100 rupees into your company. So that means each one of them put 100 rupees into my company, means how much money will I get? About 70,000 rupees. And that 70,000 will be able to help me. No, 70,000, yeah, 70,000 rupees that I get will actually be able to help me in building up my company. Now, what will happen in turn? I have to give you something back because you are investing in my company. So you become an equity holder, shareholder in my company, right? That means you're giving your company share. Absolutely. I'm making you a partner in my company. So now, when I'm talking about 700, it's a very small number. But when you look into Reliance, they have a huge, it's a big company, big money, big shareholders, many shareholders. So you become part of that company. So if you buy one share, you become that much part of the company, right? So if company grows, you grow, right? So that is stock. And where the buying and selling of these stocks takes place, that place is called the stock market, right? So what you have to really do is pick up the best companies, right? Pick up the best companies, but at the age of 20 can, of course, risk at a risky way. That's not, we can invest at a risky way. That's not possible in 40. Absolutely. See, when you are young, you are ready to take risk. But I would suggest, don't look for at the age. Of course, you can start investing from the age of 18 when you become an adult, when you have an account in your own name. You can have a account, and I know for a fact that so many students I have educated in stock market, they trade from their parents account. They're 15 years old, 14 years old, but they're very smart in trading. I'm not talking about trading, I'm talking about investing right now, right? I want you guys to be investor, right? When you come out of your college, you should have at least few lakhs in your account. That's what I want, right? So at the age of 18, you can start investing and pick up the best companies, right? So before I go on to the presentation, I would like you to take to one website called screener.in, right? You can go to this website here and type any company. Like if you want to look into Infosys, what kind of a company fundamentals are there? How can we invest per month 3,000? So you pick up the stock, right? I can show you something. I will take you to the trading view. So here is the all FNO stocks, right? You see from here, you have all the FNO stocks. Are you being able to see my screen? I'm sure you're being able to see my screen. You just arrange it in the order like this. You have the best companies right here. MRF, Page Industries, Shree Cement, Nestle India, Bosch Limited. These are all top companies of India, right? Bajaj Finserv, Maruti, Ultratech 7, Bajaj Finance, SRF, Naukri, pick up any one of them, right? Whichever suits your budget. And just buy one stock, just buy one stock. You don't need to buy hundreds of them, or don't dream big and buy and forget. Market niche jata hai, jane do. You just don't look at it. Don't go back to look into it. I can show you stories behind each of these stocks, right? Just have a look at it. TCS, uh, when the pandemic, last year, it fell to this point, right? This is where we were, right? From here it fell to this point. Just let me show you. From here it fell to this. From 2230 it fell to 1550. But look at how quickly there is a V-shaped recovery the stock had. Do you see this? The stock had a V-shaped recovery, right? The stocks which are not good will probably not recover so fast, right? Will not recover so fast. But see here, this particular stock had a V-shaped recovery, right? This is a V-shaped recovery. Have a look at MRF, right? All of them fell during the COVID pandemic beginning, but how they recovered, that's the most important point. How they recovered. This is Page Industries, right? This is how it, fell here, March 23rd, and how it recovered. Shree Cement. So all the companies, see, you don't have to look into the stocks again and again, day after day. You have to see after 1 year how your portfolios grow. That's the thing you can apply. So see how this fell. This is Nestle India. This is how it fell. The faster it fell, the faster it recovered, right? So the recovery in the best stocks is very, very fast, right? My favorite, if you ask me, is TCS. I will close my eyes and I will just buy this stock, right? I'm just going to close my eyes and I will buy this stock and just not bother to look at it. Even if for 2014 to 2018, 4 years it did nothing, I would have not cared about it. But when it started growing, it'll grow massively, right? So what I'm saying, that when you have understood, you just keep investing small amount. How stocks are getting recovered. So see, now that's again a very good question. I'm so happy to be here because you guys ask questions which have meaning, right? People, like in my regular webinars, people ask me, should I buy this stock or should I sell this stock? They are not interested in knowing how the stock is recovering, right? How we choose the good stocks, like what things we have to keep in mind. I'll tell you that. Nifty 50 is also good, right? So how can you find, how can you afford to buy? So that's where you need to work, right? You need to generate resources. You can take tuitions, you can do any extra work, you can reduce your what are the FNO stock? I'll tell you all. But what I'm saying, you have to think about that this money, the earlier you start, the better it's going to be. So my son works for Google in USA, and when he joined, I told him only one thing. I told him one thing, that before you start spending money, you have to invest, right? And he did that, right? So you can buy Nifty 50. See, all of anything in the market you can buy. You can buy Nifty, you can buy Nifty 50 stocks, right? So I'll tell you everything. So first, let me give you the answer how stocks are getting recovered, right? So see, this is TCS. What happens, when there is a good company, people wait for it to fall, right? So Warren Buffett have said that buy a good company at a reasonable cost. Not a good company. You have to buy the company at the reasonable cost. This is a very good company. When it fell, people were waiting. People were simply waiting for here to buy. It didn't wait, to bounce from this place. It just quickly bounced. Look at the bounce that has come. This place. People have put their orders in advance to buy it. That they were waiting. If it goes to 1500, I will buy, because that's where it becomes very, very viable investment. There is something called intrinsic value of a stock, right? That means, so like you think about a water bottle, right? How much does a water bottle cost? Let's say Pepsi. Oh, not Pepsi. Which one? Bisleri. How much a Bisleri bottle cost? All of you must be knowing. 20 rupees. If you buy it inside the airport, how much does it cost? It costs about 50-60 rupees. And if you buy it on the plane, it even costs higher, right? You buy it in a picture hall, you buy it even higher. You pay a premium, right? So but when it's getting made in the factory, how much is the cost? Must be 2-3 rupees or 4 rupees, right? So the intrinsic value is 2-3 rupees or 4 rupees, but what you are paying is a premium, right? So when people see this TCS at 1500 rupees, they know now the premium is gone, the stock is at the intrinsic value, and they're ready to buy it. Big people, big money are ready to invest over here, right? And that's how it just flew like this, right? So can we say that since people bought shares when they were low, because of what the share value bounced? Of course, there is no other reason. In stock market, there are only two possibilities: you buy or you sell. People were selling here because of the fear, and people were ready to buy here. They found it very reasonably cost. Ma'am, who regulates the prices of the stock market every day? It keeps changing every day. So that's a very difficult question. Who regulates? Nobody can regulate it, right? People can control a little bit, but SEBI, if you ask me, SEBI regulates all the rules by which you can do the buying, selling, how much buying, how much selling. All those rules are regulated by SEBI. But price is regulated by the buyers and the sellers, no one else, right? So if buyers are pushing a stock up, it'll keep going up and up. If, like, how many of you saw that GME and AMC? How many of you are aware of these two game stocks in US? Anybody knows about it? Anybody knows about it? So there is these two stocks from the US stock market. First one is AMC. Here is AMC. So see here, this is the answer to your question: who controls it, right? So here, what these amateur traders did, they formed a group on which this thing is there, Redcliffe or what?
Reddit.
Reddit, right. Reddit. So they formed a group on Reddit, and what was happening in this particular stock? The FIIs, the big institutional investors, are actually shorted the stock, right, believing that they're about to close. But what these guys do on Reddit, they formed a group of 4 million people, and they all started buying the stock heavily, and as an effect, the stock prices rose to this place. See here. And what happened? Now there were two things happening. What are those two things happening? One, that these guys were aggressively buying, so the stock prices went up. The second thing that happened was the institutions which were short squeezing, which were selling the stock, they have to forcefully exit their position. So when you have sold something, what do you have to do to unwind that? Suppose I sold something, what do I need to do? I need to buy it back. So when they bought it back, it further pushed the price up. How many of you followed this point? So this was controlled completely by amateur traders, right? This was not controlled by institutional investors. Whereas mostly the initiation of a movement or stopping of a movement is done by the institutional investors. For example, if I say who initiated this buyout here at the bottom, this was done by institutions. Some institutions were ready to buy the price here, right? But who stopped the movement here, right at the top? Who stopped it? What could have been the way to stop this movement in the upper direction? Simply, they stopped buying or they stopped exiting their positions, right? And the stop prices. But basically, if you look into it, basically the institutions are the one who control price in general, right? In a one uh, fluke incident that it happened, that some amateur people together put all resources, same thing they did with GME, right? They did with the same thing with GME as well. So this stock also, it was just on the verge of closing down, but these amateur traders put together, pulled the price up from 40 to 480. How stock prices increase, actually I didn't get that point. So two things now. One, I told you, because institutions were heavily selling on it, short on it, right? They have sold, they've borrowed it from their broker, the stocks. You can't do shorting in India, right? You can only do it in futures. You can't short in Indian market until you borrow it from your what do you say, a broker. But in US it's a bit easier. You can borrow the stocks from the exchange and short them. So the institutions believe that these two game companies, pandemic being on, people are not coming to the shops to play the games, are about to close. So they have shorted, right? They have sold the stocks. Now when these, what do you say, amateur people got together and they started buying stocks, then the stock price is going up. They again further shorted up more, believing that the price will come down, right? They kept on shorting and these amateur people kept on buying. And there were 4 million people buying together. Even my son was one of them who bought these shares. So as an effect, because the buying force was higher, that was one. Two, the people who have sold it forcefully exited their positions. That means they bought it back. Once they started buying back, the prices were pushed up massively. Hope that makes it clear. Yeah. So two things happened. One is the buying force was there. Second was those who have sold it also started buying back their stocks so that they can reduce their losses, and hence the price was massively blasted up. So basically the question was, who controls the price? Who controls? Basically it's the institutions who control the price. Any stock, right? Who decides that the stock should go up? They have a always remember, these institutions have a battery of people to do the analysis. They have ways to find out what could be a projection of a company, right? For example, in India, somebody was asking me, I have just given you all could be present on my Twitter handle. You can check over there. I keep posting my stocks, right? How do I go there? I could have shown you. I don't know how to log in. But anyway, you can search me at, wait a sec. You can search me on at the rate, just a sec. I'll show you the screenshot so that you can join me over there. And I keep posting stocks out there. And those stocks are usually the ones which give massive movement, right? And you can start investing small amount of money. They are all fundamentally strong stocks, right? So you can definitely start investing in them. here. So this is my Twitter handle. You can join this, and here I give stocks, right? Like I'll show you the stock that I have given recently. The stock was IIFL. You can have a look at it, how the stock has given a big flight. So my entry was somewhere here, and this is how the stock has blasted up, right? That's the blast stock has given from here to here, right? So if somebody had invested 126 rupees, right? But this is something very, very advanced way of trading, right? Broker role, right? So now almost broker role is almost diminishing. So what is happening? You can't buy from SEBI NSE directly. You have to go through a broker. There are only few broker who will have the uh, who will do this between you and the exchange. So broker, you have to open an account with a broker, right? And through that broker only you can do the trading, right? And you have to give some commission to that broker, right? You, whenever you buy, you sell, and that broker's responsibility is to provide you a platform where you can do the trading, and that broker's responsibility is to be the bridge between the exchange and the trader, right? So that's the responsibility. What can you explain Sensex and Nifty? Definitely I can explain you. So Nifty is basically, Sensex and Nifty both are basically indexes. Indexes means they are just an index to show you how the economy of a country is growing, right? So Sensex have 30 companies, and Nifty has 50 companies, right? And the beauty of Nifty is we don't trade in Sensex. In Nifty also we trade through the ETF, or we trade through the Nifty Bs. But Sensex we don't trade at all, right? It's just an index to show how the companies are doing, how the country is doing, how the country's economy is doing. If it's going up, means economy is going up. If it's falling down, means there is some kind of aberrations that have taken place. So Nifty has top 50 companies. So what happens every time a company doesn't stop doing well, that company is removed and a fresh company is brought in into the Nifty 50. So Nifty 50 is the list of top 50 companies of India. So I think I need to change this list because I haven't updated, but this is the list of top 50 companies. And if you really want to understand about Nifty and everything, so you can go to my YouTube channel. So go here on my YouTube channel, and I can show you something. Here is YouTube channel, and what you can do is go to the videos, and on the videos, you can come down to videos here, right? These videos, right? Green and orange. And here I have explained everything about Nifty in a very great detail, right? You just when you will see it, you will be able to see there are a few more videos that are coming up. Where should we open the trading account? I'll just tell you. So see here, important website, PRB, ORB. This is after that, like it's just still searching, but you will further go down. You will find the, all what indexes are there, in which trading is done, how the trading is done, what constituents they have, what weightage do they have, how the index is calculated, how the index is, moves up and down, all that. So if you want to open account, I would have few options for you. You can go to the fires, because I have found fires way better right now in current scenario. Fires, you can go for this to open an account, right? Or we will post it on our channel. This is fires. You can take a link from us, right? Any index fund better than stocks for beginners? Absolutely. I'll tell you which one. If you don't want to go into detail, um, what is money market? So this is going into a lot of other detail. Money market is something different, where people borrow money and invest money for short duration or big duration, right? Even for overnight, people keep their money. So you have various options in money market, right? So when you have excess money, so what happens, money market is a place where money, those who have excess money is taken from them and given it to the people who need it, right? That place with this exchange takes place is called the money market. Okay, what is the minimum amount with which we can buy a stock? So as small as you can buy is 14 rupees. This is out of Nifty any now, not there. IOC for 100 rupees, NTPC for 108 rupees. So these are the share prices. You can just buy one share. You can't buy in fraction. In US, you can buy in fraction, but in India, you cannot buy, right? So intraday trading is when you buy on a today and you sell it after some time, right after a few minutes, few seconds, by 3 o'clock, 3:15. Tips for trade trader. You can't have everything in one single day. So if we don't buy lower company stock, then how should they develop? No, why do you think people buy IOC, NTPC, ONGC? A lot of factors. These are all government companies, right? IOC, NTPC, ONGC, Coal India, GAIL, right? These are all government companies, right? A lot of other benefits are there. They are very, very big, what do you say, dividend payers. One. Two, these are actually government of India's company and they pay very good dividend, right? That's a very important point to be noted, right? So people do invest in them and they grow. See here, the growth is there. Why? How can you say the growth is not there? Growth is definitely there. There is growth. See here, if you see here, stock fell and then moved up. It has a double bottom, right? It didn't have the V-shaped recovery, but it does have a recovery, isn't it? How we will find what's the best timing for selling? See, you can't, I'm saying you guys who are investing at this point of time, right, who are in the age group of 18 to 20, do not think of selling anything. Your idea is not to sell that, or maybe if you are really interested in doing day trading or short-term trading, right, I can show you, like, there is this I have invested in for short term, right? This is a stock where I've invested for short term, right? You can trade like those, you know, like you can share for you can invest for some time and then exit, right? So this particular account that I have is here. Oh, what happened? Sorry. Here. So why I'm showing you that, so see here, holding uh, portfolio. So see here, I have invested how much? 57,000 rupees, and I'm gaining 49,000 rupees on that, or 85% increase on my investment. Here I'm losing money, right? But I'm not exiting it because I feel, you know, huh, how can we say Sensex represents economy as we saw stock market rising, economy falling? No, I'm not saying this is how, like if you go to NASDAQ, so NASDAQ shows there can be there can be, you know, absolutely no correlation between both of them. But what I'm trying to tell you is how companies are doing. 30 companies do not represent India. India is made up of several lakh companies. 30 companies can't represent. So that is why Sensex is not a true picture of India's economy, right? So see here, this is making money. I bought the share and look at the money. This is actual true money in my account, right? This is how money can be made, right? I'll show you the stock, how the stock has moved. Once I took an entry, this is how the stock moved. So I took an entry here. You can see the price 390, 396 is where I have bought, and the price is here, right, at 777. So Look at where I've bought, roughly about at 400, and where it stands is 739. So this is how money can be made when you identify what is exactly happening in the price. So now for you guys, right, those who are joining live right now, I am giving you a stock, right? Keep it under your watch. And I probably have forgotten the name. I forgot the name. Today only I found that stock. I would have given you that stock. DG. I forgot. See, intraday, when you start in the, I forgot that stock, but that stock is looking very, very good to me. Is intraday trading bad? No, I wouldn't say it's bad until you learn it, right? If you learn it, and it takes a lot of time, right? Can we invest in American companies? You can definitely do that, but process is little expensive. You need to have at least 10 lakhs in your account, and you need a lot of resources, right? So I invest through my son. I don't have a direct account. I invest through him. How to invest in Bitcoin? I don't trade in Bitcoin. I only look into its technicals, right? See, now we are going in a very broad spectrum. So somebody's writing, as we watched 1992, the Harshad Mehta story, but the majority of us who are just baby in this field didn't understand where Harshad Mehta actually did a fraud. Can you please clarify that? It's just a curiosity question, and what are loopholes as we used in that time. So see, Harshad Mehta, I am not the right person to comment upon him, but what even I saw 1992 scam, or I read about him, what I understood, he used the loophole in the banking policies. So what was happening, that I mean, what I understood, that from the some money was, which I mean, I'm not the right person, but he used this loophole in the whole banking system. So money that was supposed to go to the banks within a few 2 days or 3 days, he invested that in the stock market, and markets, rather than going up, started going down. So as an effect, he couldn't pay back to the banks at the right time. So many investors do this with banking system. So now SEBI is very, very strict. What is the difference between stock market and mutual fund investment? So they are basically same. Mutual funds, on your behalf, someone else do the investment in the stock market, right? Mutual fund, right? It means simply a lot of people come together and buy stocks. Someone on their behalf buy the stocks. So that's mutual fund, right? But the whole thing is, in mutual funds, you are kind of, your investment is protected at any cost, right? There are very, very strict rules for mutual funds to operate, and which they need to follow, and they have to the underlining of everything is they have to protect the capital, right, invested by the investors. What is market crash? When the market just starts falling down, people dump all the stocks. Many investors do with banking system. What is the difference between stock market and mutual fund? What is the minimum worth a company should be get ourselves registered as share market? I really don't know. You need to check with the CA, right? What is FTI? So see, basically foreign institutional investors, right? They invest in stock market in India, where they feel there is more growth coming up, right? So when you think about this place, this kind of a blast, this cannot happen without the help of institutions. So institutions, what kind of institutions can be there? It could be Indian institutions, or it could be foreign institutions. What foreign institutions will invest in India? Like JP Morgan, or a lot of pension funds will invest in India, right? Whereas in India, there is LIC, there is a lot of mutual funds, a lot of insurance companies will invest in the stock market. Banks will invest in the stock market. Those are institutions. Why do people buy back stocks after they sell? I heard it reduces the loss. So people buy back because suppose TCS believes that their product is very good, right? They believe that the company is going to grow. So what they do, they want to buy it from the open market. They want to take the price up. So as a, what do you say? It's like a incentive uh, to the people who have bought their shares. So company buy back their shares if they believe company has a growth coming up. So they buy back their shares. They take it from the free open market, they buy their shares back. So why do people buy back? Is it necessary to invest through brokers? See, you have to go through brokers only. There's no way you can do the direct investment, right? You have to buy it from Zerodha, Upstocks, Fires, all these traders, all these brokers only you got to use to do your investment. Even for mutual fund, there are some direct mutual funds where you don't have to pay for the brokers. Like IDFC have a direct mutual fund, right? But many of times you don't get the direct mutual fund, right? So what is meant by market crash? Market crash simply means then people lose faith in a particular economy and the market just starts falling down for no reasons. As if you gave an example, millions of people buy shares of a company together who sell such huge number of shares. So, you know, like for example, out here, right, at this place, there are people who have bought the share somewhere here, 97. They fear that the market may come down, so they are exiting at this place, right? Always remember, market is all about demand and supply. So out here what's happening, some small quantities are being picked up by big investors, right? How do you know that they're accumulating price? Because they do not let the price go down below this particular range, right? And once, always remember, the number of shares in a company are always fixed. Let's say this company has 5 lakh shares. People are continuously buying, right? Let's say 4 lakh shares have been purchased in this duration. Now what will happen? I got to know about it that this is about to have a blast. Now what will happen? Suddenly the demand will increase and supply will go down. How much is the supply now? Only 1 lakh shares. How much is the demand? A lot of people want to buy it now. Now what will happen? The sellers will have an upper hand, right? The price will be pushed up very fast. Demand is very high, supply is low, and the price will blast up, right? So that's the rule stock market has. It depends upon demand and the supply, right? So we saw Tesla share rate increase by 800% just in 1 month, and Elon Musk became, and just yesterday he became 10 billion down. His entire worth has 10 billion is gone down by 10 billion dollars. So this is all fictitious money. What about open market? Do we have to rely on brokers? See, there's no open market. You have to go through the broker. The only way you can trade in the stock market is through the brokers. I don't know, maybe, but I really don't know if there's direct way to trade in the market. Like there are some apps where we can buy and share. So they are also basically brokers only. You cannot do it for free. They must be having some other way to generate, revenue through you. If the total number of share gets finished off, after that, how shares are created? No, shares are not created, and it is a company board which is going to decide to increase the number of shares or just have the same one. What will happen after this? Some people will book profit, some will the number of shares somebody will buy believing in the fundamentals of the company, but I will not buy. Why? Because my buying place was here before the breakout. Now I'm not going to take an entry into this. I'm still holding because see, every time stock falls it bounces back. So I'm understanding still there is a lot of steam left into this stock, right? Can we sell stock anytime? Yeah, in the live market you can sell it anytime. What are your suggestions on buying shares of commodities like crude oil and natural gas? See, you cannot buy and keep it forever. This is Rishita. right? There are only future slot that you can buy or sell, right? So there is a defined period for them. Future, whenever you talk about the derivatives, they have a deadline, right? So you cannot buy like TCS. If you buy, doesn't have a deadline. You can hold it, pass it on to your children, to your grandchildren, great grandchildren, whomsoever. But if you buy commodities, they will have to be bought in future, and futures have a deadline, right? So you cannot hold it forever. Gold you can buy in the actual gold form and keep it with you forever. What is this stock splitting? Stock splitting is basically when a stock gets like recently the stock that got split was Dixon Tech. You know, yesterday only it has been uh, Dixon Tech, right? So this stock was split yesterday. So the stock was Dixon Tech. So here it is still not showing. See here, you see it here. Yesterday, yesterday or the day before, on 18th of March, it has got split into 1:4. It was 20,000. Now it's trading at 4,000, right? So it's 1:5. One share has split into 5 shares. Now, what's the benefit of split by step? Because many of us are really new in this. Please tell us how to buy a stock step by step. Step by step. चलो ठीक है, step by step बताती हूँ मैं. Let me open my trading account. और see, buying का process मुझसे पूछ रहे हो means I need to tell you how the orders can be put. Is that so? See, I'll take you to the Zerodha platform and I'll show you how it can be done. Right? Just a second. So here it is. This is this platform, Zerodha. So you want to buy any stock. Let's say you want to buy this only, Adani Green. Just write Adani Green, right? Add it into your watch list. Okay, so I can't add it here, but let me just do something. Delete, delete, delete. I want to buy this Adani Green again, right? For whatever reason, I'm not giving a reason. Now, what you do here, buy, B. And you have to go for long term, CNC, right? Just give me a second. Sorry. So you have to click on the long term, right? Just click on the long term and buy. Simple. There's nothing you have to do. This is how you will buy, right? But how do you decide? That is something you need to learn, right? That's not so easy. I can't answer you in one line, 1 minute, or so and so forth. You have to uh, uh, right? Any tips, pros and cons for short-term trading? So there is no pros and cons. These are all my short-term traders. I don't plan to hold them for years and ages, right? These are all my short-term holdings because I'm just using the momentum right now in the stock. Once, you know, I get about 100% return in 1 month or so, I'll be out of it. What is demat account? So demat account is basically where your shares are kept. So earlier it used to be kept with your broker. Now SEBI doesn't want it to be broker after the 𝐻𝐈𝐕 case. So what happens now? CDSL, there is a company called CDSL on NS. I think there's another company, CDSL, and there's one more company. Only these two are companies which are supposed to keep your shares, right? So it's like a locker room where you keep all your shares in the electronic form. And you can, pledge your shares, you can sell your shares, you can do, but there is a little process involved. You have to do one-time authentication to the CDSL to buy or sell positional stocks. Can you please take us to the slides? Actually, some basics points we need to understand. Actually, I am not able to understand the things now. It's getting little advanced level. Okay, NSDL and yeah, CDSL. So because I use CDSL only, so NSDL I was just getting confused with the name. So let me take you to the slides. Let's go through the. So in case you want to visit our website, this is our website. You can visit that. And I have pulled out my. So here we go. So stock market trading and investment workshop, right? So we go to the next one. Why should we invest? Before we actually talk about stock market, we need to know the reason behind investing. We should invest because saving money alone is not enough to reach financial independence. Investing helps us compound our money, and compounding is the eighth wonder of the world. So don't just save money, let your money grow, right? As I told you, because you are hiring Mukesh Ambani when you are buying Reliance share. And Mukesh Ambani is supported by topmost MBAs, topmost managers, topmost business people to support his work grow, right? So you are not hiring, you're not buying Reliance, you're hiring Mukesh Ambani. Why should we invest? Let us use a case study to highlight the power of investing. Person 1 starts working at the age of 25, saves 6,000 rupees every month for 30 years. Total amount invested is 22,23,200. Another person starts working at 25, saves 6,000 rupees every month for 30 years and invest in S&P index fund. How much has he invested? Same amount. But uh, now power of invest, just a second. Why should we invest? Who do you think have more money at the age of 55? You probably know the answer, but you may be surprised the magnitude of difference. Person 1 final amount at the age of 55 will be only this, and at the age of this person is invested in SIP and mutual funds or direct made a SIP of the stocks will be having 1 crore 77 lakhs 35,300. That's the difference. Imagine more than 5 times. No, not more than 6-7 times. So this is power of investing or power of compounding. 10,000 invested in Shree Cement in 1990. I showed you, it's one of the topmost company right now, is 2.9 crore. So where do we stand today? 2021. That means in 31 years, it is 2.9 crores. 10,000 invested in Infi is 3 crore now. 10,000 invested in Dr. Reddy in 86 is now 10 crore. 10,000 invested in Wipro in 1981 is 400 plus crores. Oh my God, right? So the introduction to the stock market, just like the way we go to the supermarket to shop for our daily needs, similarly we go to the stock market to shop, read as transact our equity investment. The stock market is where everyone who wants to transact in shares goes to. Transact in simple term means buying and selling. Someone may buy a share because he or she thinks that the price of the share will go up in the future. Someone may sell like I gave you an example, right? Here, like here, the example that I'm telling you, I'm not going to invest, I'm not going to buy it at this place, right? There are people who are ready to buy at this price as well because they believe it will further go up because that's how the price has been pushed up, right? You see this price has been pushed up. So people still believe that it's going to go up, but I'm not going to buy it, at this point of time. Someone may buy a share because he or she thinks the price of the share will go up in the future. Someone may sell the share because he or she thinks the prices will go down, right? Right. The main purpose of stock market is to help you facilitate your transactions. So if you are a buyer of a share, the stock market helps you meet the seller and vice versa. There are two main stock, like it's like a market. It's like a like vegetable um, market, right? Somebody is selling, somebody is buying, right? There are two main stock exchanges in India, BSE and NSE. So most of the work is basically done in NSE. There are a lot of listed companies on the Bombay Stock Exchange and National Stock Exchange. To check how the markets are performing, it is not possible to check whether each and every stock is going up or down. A stock market index is a pre-decided collection of stocks or companies. It is used to get a sense of the broader market, right? Sensex is the index that represents Bombay Stock Exchange, BSE, and Nifty is the index that represents National Stock Exchange, which is NSE, right? You can see these both these indices on the trading view, right? If you want to see really how Nifty looks like, so you can just type Nifty here and you can get to know how the cash is looking like. This is how the cash is looking like, right? This is the cash graph. If you go to futures, you can all see, I can suggest you one thing to you all. This is a future graph, right? You will not see, it'll be a broken graph that you see here. So all of you guys, right? Each and every student out here whom I can see, you must have a free account on TradingView, right? You may not have liberty to make a lot of list or etc., but you still can have a look at the graph, what's really happening in the stock market, right? You should have an account. Just make a simple Google, let me just show you. TradingView. Go here and sign in. Just simply sign in with your email, right? And you are good to go after that. Yeah. So that's one place, one thing you can do so that you can have a look at the price every day, right? Slowly, gradually. You people are young. You don't have money, but time, you have some much bigger than money, something called time. And time will make you a better trader when you will sit and watch the price of each stock, how it moved, when it crossed the resistance, what happened, when it is on a support, what happens. Your understanding about the market is going to grow, right? The chart of the indices will be shown to you on the trading view. Types of trading, you have intraday as well as day. Intraday trading is basically you buy on the same day, sell on the same day, right? You don't carry forward. But what happens, because you're trading in the same day, your brokerage is less and your money capital needed, the margin needed is also less. So when you are trading, in intraday, you get something called margin, right? In most of the stocks, you get margin. So the margin, that's an attraction to people, those who have less money. But at the same time, it's more dangerous because whenever you take leverage, you actually putting yourself in a danger, right? So that should be your last uh, aim to do intraday trading, because intraday trading is not an easy thing, right? It comes with a lot of practice, with a lot of rules and regulation. Once you watch the market for days and years, then you understand what happens intraday, and requires a lot of risk management, trade management, money management. Everything is needed in the intraday. Swing or positional. A swing trader holds onto his trade for slightly longer time duration. The duration can run into anywhere between few days to few weeks, right? Like this trade is a swing trade, right? This trade that I've shown you, even this is a swing trade that I'm showing you. Even out here, what you see are swing trades. When I say swing trade, what really it means, whenever there is a breakout that's coming, I would go for a buy. I will enter, and once the swing gets over, I will exit, right? This is a breakout trade, right? I captured it before it has broken it, and after that I'm just enjoying. This is a swing trade. I'm not planning to hold it forever in my portfolio. I'll just enjoy this 100% return and then exit. Investing is a type of trading where the shares are held for a long term, often years, right? You pass it on from one generation to the next generation, right? Is there anyone in the audience who has already started investing? Anybody who's already started investing? Sorry, I'm not. Manish is saying he has started. Sainath is saying he has started. Grow Trading, I'm not convinced with Grow app. I somehow am not convinced, so please don't go for any of that. Started, good, right? If you've started, I'm sure you are really thought of doing but didn't know how to start. So first and foremost, you need to open up an account. You invested in Airtel, fine. I mean, if you're invested, you know, that means I have gained 26.67% in the less than 1 month. Wonderful, that's great. Excellent. If you're picking up the right stock at the right price before the breakout, I'm sure you will grow. So value investing. In value investing, we identify good companies whose shares are relatively cheap, underpriced due to the short-term market sentiments. It requires use of fundamental analysis. For example, Reliance share dropped to 900 rupees in March 2020 when the market crashed. The prices has increased to 2,000 rupees in less than 1 year. Example, see, I have shown you TCS, I can show you any other example. So what I can suggest you people, right, about opening the account, I will do one thing for you guys. You can all be on my Telegram channel. Our Telegram channel, where is my Telegram channel? Here. I'll just show you. So this is my official channel, right? You can download the Telegram app and join this channel. We will provide a link, right? We will provide a link for Zerodha, Upstocks, Fires, and Asta. You can select any, right? I would say go for Fires. That's a better platform because a lot of other things are also present over there. So join this and we'll provide you a link. You will be able to open your account. I think they have some 400 something rupees as annual charges, Fires, but the services given are way better. Okay. So as you said, in USA, we need huge amount of money to get started. Is there any limit in India too? No. You can start with 100 to 100 rupees. So share the link. How do I share the link? This is Telegram channel. How do I do that? I'm not sure.
Ma'am, I can share the link later in the group.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. So you can do that. This is the place, and you will, from here you get my Twitter handle as well, right? I have shown you this is the Twitter handle, this one, and you get all the stocks here which are about to be on a verge of breakout. Like this is a stock I have given on the same Twitter handle. So these are the stocks you can start investing to make money, right? Once you have little understanding, confidence, when you start on the right note, you will be able to feel confident and go for, like I have given another trade, IFL, right? IFL Finance, that also had this kind of a blast. Then I have given, once upon a time, I've given Dr. Reddy's, right? When it was just about to be on a breakout. So you get, see here, Dr. Reddy's I have given at this point, I had given for a buy at this place, right? You will be able to see on my Twitter handle. This is where I have given a buy, and this is what it blasted, right? Within the next few days, or maybe I'd given it here, this place, right? And from here it went to this place. So you have shared the link. Thank you so much. right? So you can even join my Twitter handle. Right now I'm not being able to show you, but you can just search and you will find all the breakout stock, right? The stock that I'm going to give, you will be able to watch that video on YouTube by tomorrow. I'm going to record a video with all the fundamentals and everything. I'll be posting on my Telegram and my Twitter handle all over, right? So let me just complete here. So example, I have shown you all these examples, right? So value investing is done in many ways. Make a sip and blue chip companies like Nifty 50 companies, right? Pick up stocks of upcoming companies with good fundamentals. If a fundamentally strong stock crashes for some reason, buy them because their prices will bounce back faster. So one of the example that I would like to give you is, I have given this stock called Ajanta Pharma. Ajanta Pharma I've just given 2-3 days back, right? And for some reason, because the market was falling down, it fell, right? It gave a breakout, then fell, but the moment market recovered, it bounced back. Immediately it bounced back, right? So bouncing also is very, very fast in good stocks, right? If a fundamentally strong stock crashes for some reason, buy them because their prices increase later much faster. Start value investing by building a model portfolio. So one more thing that I have not told you people, in case you are interested in investing, what you can do is go here on whichever platform you are and type on the top Nifty Bees. Nifty Bees, right? This is the way you directly invest in Nifty, right? This is, and this exactly follows Nifty's pattern, right? How Nifty falls, it will fall. How Nifty will bounce, it will bounce. And you can invest whatever amount you have, right? Just don't look into these big, big candles. They have no meaning, right? But they actually follow this Nifty Bees follows Nifty's pattern. So simply buy whatever amount you have. If you have 2,000 rupees, you go here and you see the money out here at the bottom. You can go for 20 stocks. So 20 stocks means 3,000 rupees. You can make it 19 stocks to fit in into your budget, right? Buy 19 stocks and 3,000 rupees. Right. So you can buy, see, Twitter handle I'm not being able to share because I couldn't log in here, but this is my, you will be able to see me here at the rate Seema Jain 2017. Right. You'll be able to see me here. So basically different people want different amount of wealth from the market based on their risk appetite. Model portfolios are a diversified group of assets like stocks, gold, oil that are invested in based on risk appetite and expected returns. You know, people at different time invest in different things. You must be remembering when the pandemic was on, gold prices were going up, right? When the stock market was falling down, gold was going up. Similarly, right now market is going up, the property prices are going down, right? When the property prices will start going up, the stock market will stagnate. So different people, different instruments, different timings. So people have different risk appetite, different way of investing. In a model portfolio can be built in the following criteria. You first have to have a goal. So what goal do you guys have? Please tell me. I can unmute also if you want. If any one of you want me to unmute you, I can do that. What kind of a goal do you people have in mind? What do you think about your life? I'm sure first you want a good job, right? Then you want a good car, then you want a good house, good family, kids in good school, sending them abroad, right? This is how your goals are going to become bigger and bigger. Then you would like to retire and live the life that you lived, right? So all of it will happen with your, what other platforms in which we can do that. So any platform, like I've shown you IFL, I've shown you Zerodha, you can just build up your capital by buying 1 or 2 shares. Any of the platform you can use, right? So have some short-term goals, have some long-term goals in mind, and keep building your portfolio. Your age group could be, I think all of you must be in this group, right? So I don't think so I need to go into further slides, because this is basically concerning what could be your investing style. So if you are in the age of 15 to 30, you can put 30% in the large cap. Large caps are like TCS, Infi, Reliance, ONGC. All these are large caps. SBI, and you can put 30% in them for stability. 30% in mid cap for a little growth, and 40% in the small cap for the bigger growth, right? And what happens, because 40% small cap will give you the momentum in your portfolio, large cap will give you stability, right? And little bit you can take, when you invest in small cap goes up with speed, comes down with speed, right? That is why I suggest this only when you are young, because you can take some kind of risk. But this is not what you need. But as you go to the higher age, I suggest more of large caps. So you have to keep on doing the fundamental analysis, right? You have, as I showed you, there is this website called screener.in. Here you can, I just want to show you that company, DG. I don't know which company is that. I have filtered one company which is looking very, very good to me. Digitech. No, I'm not getting it. I would have shown you its fundamentals. You can have a look at Infosys only, right? Look at how their sales have grown continuously from 18,000 crore to 25,000 crore. How their profitability is always increasing, right? This is operating profit margins. This is their operating profits, right? Every year there is a growth, right? Have a look at into their expenses, that's also growing, but look at the operating profit margins, and CAGR, if you have a look at it, 14%, right? Return on equity is 25%, very good. Compound profit growth is 10%, right? So this is a look at the money being generated from cash from the operating activity, 17,000 crores, which is a very, very good thing, right? So this is a very fundamentally strong companies. You have to read, companies' fundamentals from the website and start understanding that. So there are, so what I really do is I first look technically and then I see its fundamental. I go in the opposite direction. Whereas, I should have first look into what people do is they first look into the fundamentals and then go for technicals. So I look for breakout stocks. So when I look for breakout stocks, it has to satisfy me technically. If it satisfies me technically, then I go for fundamentally to look into it, if it's worth putting my money into it or not. So there are, can you please show us the graph of small but quite old companies and a new company? So here we go. I'll show you some relatively new company. A relatively new company is basically Vector Food, right? Vector Food is a relatively new company. Only this much exists, right? This is the part of, and very old company. You can have a look at NTPC. This is a very old company, right? Have a look at ITC, a very old company, fallen from the peak, right? These are all very, very old companies. Power Grid, a very old company, right? Tata Motors, a very old company, right? Have a look at them. And Happiest of Mind is again, here, this is a relatively new company, right? So relatively new companies do not have huge graph. It's just broken. All right, so a better approach is to shortlist a few good companies based on the few criteria. which is basically, you know, PE ratio, book to price to book value, PE ratio, CAGR, which is compounded annual growth rate. On these factors, you can decide about the company, and then you can do the. I mean, it's going into a lot more detail. You know, this is something I do for people who understand stock market. You look for the economic moat, right? A moat is basically something which other companies cannot do. Can you tell me a company which is just a monopoly in its segment? Any company that you can think about? Can you all tell me a company which has which do not have any competition in this in its segment? Which Tata? Tata has many companies. IRFC, I really don't know what does this company do. Let me just have a look at this. IRFC, Railway Finance. So this is a niche segment. Absolutely. And look at the market cap, 31,299. And I have not worked on this company, although I've been seeing a lot of you know, investment happening in this company, and fundamentals also look very, very good to me. Look at the operating profit margins, 100%, right? But any other company, Tata, Amazon, think about something unique, you know, about a company which others are not doing at all. Britannia, that could be one. Tisco is now changed. Tata Steel, it has become Tata Steel. Tisco is now Tata Steel, right? Britannia could be one, right? Because Britannia is an FMCG company, right? And ISRO, ITC. Yeah, and what do you think about Tesla? Tesla is a monopoly, right? There's no other competition. Or think about this company called Nutralink. I don't know what this Nutralink is. Let me have a look at it. Nutralink. ये कोई Indian company? I don't think so. Unilever, Hind Unilever. Hind Unilever has a lot of competition. Marico hai, Dabur, Hind Unilever, Colpal. These are all. Google is a company, right? Um, I would suggest you one company called Nestle, right? Nestle, the product Nestle makes, no other company makes, right? The product Nestle makes, no other company makes. A little bit has been started by Patanjali, but not many companies. Look at the market cap. Yeah, Nestle make chocolates and milk products, dry milk, noodles, Cerelac, coffee, right? These are the product no other company is making. Such a wide range, no other company is making, right? So that is why Nestle is a unique product, right? Amul, right? So these companies have high moat. If you want to set up a company like Nestle, can you make it? It's not possible. It's not. It requires a lot of money, right? When you need a lot of money means the high moat and the network you need, right? You need a big network of people to sell your product, right? Boeing, yeah, Boeing could be. You know, Boeing is one of the company I just suggested my son a few days back, and I'll just show you how Boeing is actually doing. You know, I suggested him to buy Boeing. I'll just show you. I have suggested him to buy, and see here, we entered at somewhere this place 219, and look where it stands at 255. We made a high of even 278, right? So Boeing is a company which is a company with high moat, right? People can't enter in such companies. Another company that I really like is Visa card or MasterCard. These are very, very good companies, right? It's very difficult for people to enter into the business of card, right? Right, credit card, debit card. It's not possible for, you know, to build up such a big network. Imagine Visa, MasterCard, they're available in all, and look at the graph. This is a 45-degree graph, right? This kind of a graph tells that company is extremely good, right? Any company, RuPay hai, SBI card hai. These are the two companies that have just started in India. So those are good companies. So you have to look for high moat companies, right? And that's where you need to invest, right? So I don't think so I need to go into more detail, but I can unmute anybody, right? Anyone else, and who want to ask a question. When to sell your stock? When to sell your stock? Can you show the graph and explain? So I have various methods to sell my stocks, right? I follow a lot of method. For example, this only. So what I really do is I mark, sometime I make the weekly graph. I take the weekly graph, and then when the weekly low is broken, I enter my trade. So for example, this particular stock, this is the weak candle, and when this low is broken, I will exit my trade, right? But this is a stock I'm not going to exit, right? I'm going to hold it for as long as I can, right? But in case people want to do, like for example, ATGL, my trust in the company is not very huge, but because there is a breakout, because there is a continuous buying happening, I'm expecting another burst of price. That's why I'm holding. But how will I exit? I'll tell you that. This is how ATGL is, right? Now what I'm going to do here, there are these candlestick patterns. I'm going to use Heiken-Ishii candle, right? I'm going to use Heiken-Ishii candle. Actually, my exit was here only, but I have not exited because the price suddenly bounced back, right? I should have exited here only. 717, because the moment these are all big green candle, price is going up with big green candles, right? But whenever red doji forms and the red doji's low is broken with a flathead candle, I should exit, right? But I didn't exit on this particular day because this is where I had to exit, right? 717 here is where I need to exit, right? But I'll just show you what happened on this particular day with normal candlestick pattern, that the price didn't stay here. It bounced back immediately. So I didn't exit my trade because I believe that there are buyers sitting at every dip, right? Every time it goes down, buyers push it back. So I'm holding it. But had it been any other stock, right? For example, Yes Bank. Somebody had bought Yes Bank, let's say long back, before it started falling down, somewhere here. Let's say I had entered into this stock years back. Oh my God, look at the drop. Somewhere here, right? So convert this into a Heiken-Ishii candle. And whenever the first flat head red candle begins, exit your trade. Right, a lot of methods are there. If you will watch my YouTube video, you'll find a lot of methods to enter and exit. Like see here, this is double top. When this top is broken or this support zone is broken, you have no right to hold it. You cannot hold it, right? Just sell it, exit at 327, right? After 327, where it stands today is also, you can have a look, right? So this is where, see, the price was telling you all the pictures, right? That the price is not going to stay longer in this zone. Okay, so a lot of methods are there to exit, right? By which you can decide to exit the trade. So any other question you have in mind? It's been a 2 hours, almost going to be 2 hours. Any question you have in mind, you can ask me. When we are buying stocks, we can see limit and market options. What is that? So I'll tell you that as well. So limit is basically when you decide a price, right? For example, I'll show you something. Let's say this is a stock in which you want to invest. In this you want to invest, but what you believe that you only want to invest once the price goes above the closest resistance, right? Here. So what will you do? You will put the limit order, right? Or you will put the SL order. Where do you want to buy it? Stop loss order is here, 1245. So I'm going to put it 1245. Sorry, I'm going to make a buy. and I will use a stop loss order, and it'll be 125, 1245, 1245, and that's called the limit order. Market prices, when you see market price, you will see there is nothing going to come here, right? Whatever is the current price, your order will execute at that. In limit order, you put the price, right? And the order will execute at that price, right? So that's the difference. You decide in limit order. In market order, you just go by the market. Whatever market is saying, buy at that price. When does one get in loss? I'm not aware of Kuvera or Grow app. I'm not very fond of any apps. You know, only in US there is this app called Robinhood, which looks fine to me and authentic, but Indian apps I'm not aware of. When does one goes into loss? So if I buy at this place and the price started falling down, then I'll go in loss. So a simple trick for stock market is to buy share of famous companies when they fall and wait for it to rise again. Absolutely. Is it that simple? It's that simple. If you don't know market, it's that simple. Just pick the good company. Just close your eyes and invest money. I'll show you something and then you tell me whether it's correct or not. Let's say I am talking about my favorite company is TCS, right? Let me talk about TCS. I will close my eyes and pick up my stock any moment, right? Anytime. Now, whenever I picked up here, here in this duration, maybe a bit of frustration as the price was stagnant. But once it started blasting up, there is no looking back, right? Anytime I can pick up, right? Not, see, the price may not move here, but price will not. There are ways and means to generate consistent income even when the price is not moving, right? It's not that when the price moves then only you can make money. There's something called option selling. You can always, this kind of a stock will give you good money by option selling. Yeah.
Oh,
What happens to the stocks of a company that gets sold to another company? Nothing. It's just simple transfer from one company to the other company. Absolutely. Any company start from small. Yeah, every company starts small. You go back in 5 years and see what was the price, right? Today we stand in 2021. What was happening 5 years back? That means in 2016. Here, the price was 1,000 rupees. Now it's 3 times. Which bank will give you so much of return? Which bank will give you? No bank, right? You can go 10 years back and see what was the price today in 21. Let's see what was the price in 2011. 589, right? Almost like 6 times money in 10 years. And don't forget the stock split, the bonus, the dividend, all of it put together will be huge amount of money. All right, I think we are heading towards the end of our session. Selling also has, yes, same options do have. If stocks are fixed, then trading should exhaust after some time. Who says that they are fixed? Numbers are fixed, but some people are buying, some are selling, right? It's not that. And then futures do not have a limit, right? If you trade in futures, they don't have a limit, right? It's only in the cash that you have a limited number of stocks. And that to be huge number. So somebody is buying and somebody is selling. Always that continuous process is on. Is 𝐶oin_SWITCH a good app? I have no idea. 𝐶oin_SWITCH, no idea. I'm not into apps, right? I don't trust apps because apps cannot be trusted at all, right? I want more authentic resources for my money. What is share split when a share becomes too huge? People can't buy it. Like I showed you Dixon Tech. 20,000 rupees people may not have. So what happens, what SEBI does, or what what is done by the regulator, that the price is made into smaller pieces. So one share will become equal to 5 shares. So each share will cost about 4,000 rupees. Yeah. What are the factors that we should keep in mind before investing in any company? I just want to know how to predict whether the company will be in loss or gain in coming days. So agar kuch bhi nahi pata hai aapko, you just put the graph and see if the company it's a straight line. A very good example is Hindu Liver. If you have a look, it's a straight line up, right? Have a look. This is a graph which goes in single direction, right? Straight up it's going. Have a look at Asian Paints. It's a straight line up, right? So Asian Paints is again a company which you can close your eyes and invest. You can simply close your eyes and invest. What is the Olymp trade? I really don't know. I told you I'm not into trade or apps because I don't trust them. I simply don't trust them. I trust in only authentic brokers. Grow website offers demat account of I really don't know. What is the safest way to invest in stock market? The safest way is basically equity. You buy in cash and keep it in your demat account, right? For example, I showed you. I've shown you 2, 3 places. So here, see here, holdings. This is the safest way. Your money is in demat, right? You don't have to worry about anything, right? Or for example, here, this is in your demat, right? This is the safest way, right? You don't need to depend upon anybody or anything. So I'm not into apps, Grow app and all these are useless stuff. Please don't go into that. You people are young. You people are putting your hard-earned money. So don't go for any free stuff. There is nothing free. There are no free meals in the stock market. Somewhere or the other, they will take money from you in whichever form. I don't know. Maybe the execution will be bad. Maybe some kind of charges they will take later on. I really don't know. But please don't go for anything which is free. Is safe to buy when the price is high? It's okay. So as I told you, not in Bitcoin. I wouldn't suggest in Bitcoin because a lot of fluctuations take place. But any good company, for example, Asian Paints or TCS or Nestle, you can buy anytime. You want to learn, right? So you need to take the stocks which are about to give a breakout. So that is what we teach, like that is what we educate people into, right? That is what we do in our smart money multiplier. And if you are a young person, I'll be very happy to teach because that's where we actually uh, making the India's youth powerful, right? I will suggest you the moment you join a job or you have a little liberty with money, always think about starting a investment and growing your own money. Can we open multiple demat? Yeah, you can do that. I have opened. I showed you 2 of them. I have few more. This is one, and the other one also I showed you, right? So you can have multiple accounts, but they will all be connected with the same CDSL. They'll all be connected with your PAN card, same PAN card with the same phone number. Some bank give options to buy stock. Is it good? Bank give options to buy if you work for bank, right? They don't give you option to buy. Oh, you mean to say demat account? But they will be very expensive. Like I know ICICI, HDFC, Kotak Bank, they are very, very expensive. Yeah. Is KYC needed for the? Yeah, absolutely. You need all the fundament, like your all the documents have to be there. Yeah. Anything else someone need to ask? Tax needed to pay on the long term when you exit your trade, not when you invest, but when you will be exiting your trade, then you need to pay taxes. But if you do intraday trading, then you have to file your annual charges. Yeah, annual income taxes. What are the essential documents that you require? So you just need an Aadhaar card, you need your PAN card, Aadhaar card, and you need to be live. It's 2 minutes process. Now the process is not very long. It's very, very simple. It's very, very easy and very, very fast. It happens same day also. What is the market cap? All the shares multiplied with the value of the share is called the market cap. Suppose a company has 1,000 shares and each share costs 100 rupees. So 100,000 is going to be the market cap. So I think that's it for today, right? What is the corporate in the stock market? Read about it in the stock market book, but didn't get. What is corporate in the stock market? Please Google it. Like you just Google it and you have two very, very good websites, I can tell you. One is called the Investopedia. You go to the Investopedia and you get everything that you want to know about it, right? And the other place where you can read about stock market is Zerodha. These are the two places you should definitely be reading or everything that's available over here. We clarify a lot of things about stock market, right? Can you suggest some books to learn docs? Knowledge to economics has some role. So I've told you this is what you can go through. Zerodha and Investopedia is good enough for you to understand what is it. And the YouTube videos, YouTube is full of this, and you can go to all my videos out here where I've given a lot of information about stock market, what are limit order, what are SL order, what are everything I've given out here. So that's it for today, guys. Any other question anybody has in mind, please feel free. Thank you, Devjit, Saurabh. Does anyone want me to be unmuted? And do you want to speak or say something? No? So all the best, guys. And I really feel good when I speak to the youth, right? Pradeep Banerjee. Just give me a second. So the reason is because I know you are the future, right? You people are the future. And if you are empowered, you can change the entire course of, India. Pradeep Banerjee, right? That's what the name is. Pradeep Banerjee. I'm going to make you a panelist. Now you can speak. Yeah.
I want to ask.
Huh. Yeah, please ask. Hello. Now speak.
Ma'am, I am talking in from student point of view, from where to start and how can I invest monies and where can I buy the stocks from? It sounds interesting,
So,
but from where to start, ma'am?
so first thing is you need to have a demat account, right? You can have it in Zerodha, Upstocks, Fires, anywhere, and we will give it to you on our Telegram channel. As I told you, Devam will tell you, show our channel's link. We will post all of it, right? We will post the links here. Open a demat account, and once the demat account is open, you can put money into it. So let me just show you what you do here. Here is this thing. You can go to the funds and you can add funds here, right? You can add funds here by going to the funds, and then once you have the fund in your account, you can just add whatever stock you want to buy and start buying. Yeah. See, it has to begin. If you Google it, you will find Zerodha's a lot of videos. Fires lots of videos, how you can buy stocks, and everything is available,
Ma'am, is it
right?
we have a license to trade? Do
You
we
don't
need to
need
a
a
license
license to
to trade?
trade. No, you don't need a license to trade. You need a demat account. You need a trading account to trade, and you need a demat to invest.
Oh, okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Anyone else? Unmute you, Praneet. Just a sec. I'll do that. Where are the Just give me a second, Praneeth. I'm looking where our I'm not being able to see the list of people, you know. I don't know how I've lost it somewhere. So I have not been able to see the panel where I can add. I've just lost it somewhere. So you can ask me here only. I think it'll be difficult for me to unmute because I now even have lost that question answer session dashboard. I'm sorry, I wouldn't be able to do because I don't know where the panel has gone. Just in a few minutes, it disappeared. I'm so sorry. Neither I can read your questions. I've lost that panel somewhere. Chat, no. Yeah. So I think I need to close it because, Devam, can you read somewhere some questions because I can't see anything.
Uh,
I've
I
lost it,
cannot
you
read
know.
anything, but you might have hidden your control panel.
No, control panel is here, but I've just lost, you know, the panel where I have all the participants. So, and the messages are there. I've lost that. But anyway, now we are towards the end. So we got to close it. But please, you have all the resources, you know. I'll just quickly show everything so that you can, even if I can't take up your questions, I can at least help you. So this is our website, right? You can reach us through this number, this phone number. This is Talk Pro Online. I have shown you my Twitter handle. This is where you can get the stock recommendation. Then I have shown you my Telegram channel, right? The link of that will be given by Devam. And I have shown you TradingView website from where you can do the charting, right? You can just make a free link here and analyze the stocks that you want. At least watch what is happening in them. And then what have I shown you? I've shown you the screener.in, right? This place called screener.in, which will help you in finding out the fundamentals of the company, right? So this is where you can check. Yeah. So anything else that is need to be addressed or handled? Otherwise, I think we are done with most of it.
Okay, I guess we can end it here today.
All right, all the best, guys. Take care and be the investor from day one. And open your demat account. That's your first step, right? Once you have an account, put some money into it and buy whatever you want to buy and just leave it. Don't look into it. Don't think of day trading. Don't think of option buying. Don't think of anything else except becoming an investor at this point of time. Once you spend about 3 4 years in market, then think about becoming a day trader. All right. So with this, I'm signing off. All the best.